the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Because this is the season of Thanksgiving, I want to stray from the theme on which we have been working during these Friday mornings and read a litany of thanksgiving and make a few comments about the meaning of that kind of experience in human life. Today I make my sacrament of thanksgiving. I begin with the simple things of my days: fresh air to breathe, cold water to drink, the taste of food, the protection of houses and clothes, the comforts of home. For all these I make an act of thanksgiving this day. I bring to mind all the warmth of humankind that I have known: my mother's arms, the strength of my father, the playmates of my childhood, the wonderful stories brought to me from the lives of many who talked of days gone by when fairies and giants and all kinds of magic held sway, the tears I have shed, the tears I have seen, the excitement of laughter and the twinkle in the eye with its reminder that life is good. For all these I make an act of thanksgiving this day. I finger one by one the messages of hope that awaited me at the crossroads, the smile of approval from those who held in their hands the reins of my security, the tightening of the grip in a simple handshake when I feared the step before me in the darkness, the whisper in my heart when the temptation was fiercest and the claims of appetite were not to be denied, the crucial words said, the simple sentence from an open page when my decision hung in the balance. For all these I make an act of thanksgiving this day. I pass before me the mainsprings of my heritage, the fruits of the labors of countless generations who lived before me, without whom my own life would have no meaning, the seers who saw visions and dreamed dreams, the prophets who sensed a truth greater than the mind could grasp, and whose words would only find fulfillment in the years which they would never see, the workers whose sweat has watered the trees, the leaves of which are for the healing of the nations, the pilgrims who set their sails for lands beyond all horizons, whose courage made paths into new worlds and far-off places, the saviors whose blood was shed with a recklessness that only a dream could inspire and a God could command. For all this I make an act of thanksgiving this day. I linger over the meaning of my own life and the commitment to which I give the loyalty of my heart and mind, the little purposes in which I have shared with my loves and my desires and my gifts, the restlessness which bottoms all I do with its stark insistence that I have never done my best, I have never dared to reach for the highest, the big hope that never quite deserts me, that I and my kind will study war no more, that love and tenderness and all the inner graces of almighty affection will cover the life of the children of God as the waters cover the sea. All these and more than mind can think and heart can feel, I make as my sacrament of thanksgiving to Thee, our Father, in humbleness of mind and simplicity of heart. Are you a grateful person? Think about it a little. There are so many things in your own life as hard as your life may seem to you to be, as rough as the going may be, as the saying says, nevertheless, if you examine your life very carefully, you will discover that there are many, many things for which you should be grateful, but things perhaps which you take for granted. The food that you eat. For instance, suppose you had a strip of bacon for breakfast this morning. Once upon a time, the hog from which that bacon came was a living, breathing animal enjoying his life at the level of his hogness, grunting his way into fulfillment in simple ways, and then without any announcement from anyone, without any wish or will or desire on his part, assuming that he's capable of having all of these things, he was summoned to a place at which he was slaughtered, and because of his dying and his processing, you were able to have a slice of bacon this morning. Now, this suggests something which may seem to you to be rather crude, but it is this, that all of the life that has died in order that your life may be guaranteed places upon you a very searching demand that suggests to me that your life or my life are not ours to do with as we please. Our life, in the first instance, belongs to all the life that has been consumed by us through all the years of our living. So it is literally true that I do not have the right to do with my life as I please, because there is a very striking sense in which my life has to be an atonement for all the life that has been yielded in order that my life might continue to be. So that if I am a courteous human being, if I am a gentle human being, even though I may not regard myself as a religious human being, when I sit to eat as an act of courtesy, as an act of silent appreciation and gratitude to all the life that has died, that my dinner might be mine, I should bow my head in a silent, if not spoken tribute of gratitude for the life that is no longer itself because of me. Now, of course, if I am a religious person, I would do more than this. I would express my gratitude to God for all of the ways by which my life is sustained in the little and simple graces of life, like fresh air to breathe and cool water to drink and the miracle of my body. All of these things I would express through all of these things I would express my gratitude to God. But be I religious or irreligious, if I am a gentle human being, I will pause and give a quiet thank you to life for sustaining me. Now, there's another level at which this works, it seems to me. I was cared for as a baby. You were cared for as a baby and as a child at a time when you were unable to care for yourself. This means that for a long period of your life, you were sustained and cradled, nourished, guarded, tutored, all by someone or someones who had to do this by an act of will and desire on their part. This means that deliberately other people's lives have entered into the sustaining and the tutoring and the guaranteeing of your own life. Now, this means that for many of us, we were so protected that as children, we were not forced to deal with our environment as if we were adults. This means that somebody built a windbreak between us and the adult pressures of life, so that we were able, behind that windbreak, to let our little bodies grow, to let our nervous systems become centered and focused and tracked, as it were, so that as we grew older, it would be possible for us to deal with our environment as adults. Now, if we were not protected in this way, if no one stood between us and the adult pressures of life, and we were forced to deal with our environment as if we were adults, it means that our whole nervous system became enraged and angry. And this, perhaps, is one of the reasons why we speak of delinquents in terms that we do when we refer to certain kinds of youth. To know that your life is nurtured in God, and to experience this every day, and to acknowledge it, this is the mood and the meaning and the substance of Thanksgiving. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer.